So to graph this inequality, you can first pretend it's an equation and graph it like you would a normal equation. So one way to graph, and this would always work, is you can put it in slope-intercept form. So you can subtract 5x from both sides. So you'll get y equals 1 minus 5x. I did that because the goal of slope-intercept form is to get y by itself. Now it's pretty easy to graph because when it's in slope-intercept form, you put a dot on the y-intercept, so that's right here. And then a slope of negative 5 means you count down 5 to the right one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then to the right one. There's our dot. So there's our line. This is an inequality though, so it's a little different than an equation. So the first thing you want to note is that there's a line underneath the inequality symbol, so that means we use a solid line. If that just said less than, then you'd use a dotted line. And the other thing to note is that when you have an inequality, you got to shade one side or the other. So to figure out which side you're going to shade, find a test point that's on either side. So 1, 1 right here is a test point that's clearly on the right side. If I plug in 1 in for x and 1 in for y, 5 times 1 makes 5. Plug in that 1 for y. I get 6. Is 6 less than or equal to 1? That's not a true statement, right? So I shade this side. Okay. And just in case you're having trouble with these, the alligator always eats the bigger quantity. So the alligator is not eating the bigger quantity. That means this is false. So we don't shade on our test point side. This turned out to be a false test point. So every other point on this side would be false. That's why I shaded on the opposite side.